From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 28 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
ETN up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. These two teams, they met in Atlanta earlier in the year with the Falcons winning that game. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To throw on 2nd and 6, Watson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Charles already trailing by touchdown early. In this offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
From the gun, here's Watson. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Brought down by Ed Oliver.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jabril Cox in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Falcons will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
After the interception, here's Watson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Watson. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field is popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's more. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He'll run with Etienne. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Etienne. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Travis Etienne, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Travis Etienne with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
Now think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Saints will take over here just shy of the 30. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Play action. Now Wilson on the move to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Falcons will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them up.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
A handoff for Etienne. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Etienne on the toss right. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Well, good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Watson now to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
And the Saints, 1st and 10. 10 at the 43-yard line.
Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught inside the 5. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 54 yards. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. Williams going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he is going to lose yardage here. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. The kick by McManus is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over. For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
It certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle. 47
yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Falcons are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, at 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when we decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. To the air yet again, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Chigakonkwo in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Watson. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Taken in at the 22. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. The slot man in motion right. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Micah Parsons. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Third and long, it's Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second and very short, Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Devin Duvernay, 65 yards. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is down to 11, 28-17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a first and 10. Devondre Campbell, the one who fought his way in there to make the play. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing on second and 14. Watson, and he's got his big tight end here. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Here's Watson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm is just off. He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now after the holding call, here's second and 20. A shotgun snap for Watson. Locates ETN along the sideline. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He lets it fly from Lockett. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on third and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just a third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
On second and goal, here's the option. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give them the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there? Because I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now Etienne to start the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. 2nd and 8. Now it's Watson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Etienne. And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints' 26. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run with Etienne. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, here's Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Saints are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we've got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it's second down.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And the slot man goes in motion left. So they go play action with Wilson. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. No, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
On third down, Wilson. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
To throw is Wilson. And now here is another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. A gain of 3, second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. You got the big lead defensively. willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They go play action now. Wilson. Finding Williams once more. Complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on third down. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And they'll indeed take a knee. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. Well, Charles, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times.